Welcome back. Well, it's fair to say the 1,500 Reds who travelled here for this evening's game struggled to make themselves heard over the home crowd, who were just incredible this evening, but they more than deserve the ovation from the players at the end for their efforts tonight. The final 16 of this season's Europa League will include Manchester United in a competition they've never won before. Let's now hear from that man alongside Juan Mata. They're both with Des.
Juan and Chris join us. Chris, you march on against a side that could have been pretty awkward tonight, but it was a really professional job by the side.
Yeah, it was, and I think, to be fair, I think that crowd probably helped us because we made sure that we didn't go through the motions, and it was a proper game, and I think we did a good job from start to finish.
And the manager picked a strong side. A message was that take nothing for granted here tonight, Juan.
Yeah, that was the message. Obviously, we knew it was going to be a tough atmosphere. The supporters are great, but from the first minute, I think we were very professional. We scored one goal, which made it easier for us, and we're very happy because, you know, it was not just about qualifying, but about winning, keeping with our good strike and going into the final on Sunday with more confidence.
Whatever lineup goes out there, you seem to have the winning habit at the moment. No doubt about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's going right through our squad, whoever's coming in, and if we can keep this run going, then who knows what can happen.
You mentioned the atmosphere, Juan. Was maybe that a factor in the dismissal of Eric Bailly? The second yellow card looked really harsh to us.
Well, I don't know how was it. Obviously, the referee was closer than me, but you know, the important thing is that we qualified today, and obviously Eric will be disappointed, but we're happy today.
Of course, this sets it up nicely for the weekend's final.
Yeah, it was the best way to face the final. You know, qualifying, winning, and going into the final with more confidence. We have now 3 days to rest. Southampton didn't play in the last week, so probably they are more fresh. But I think we face the final, you know, with confidence and trying to win the second trophy of the season after the Community Shield.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I like that. They all count, whether it's the Community Shield or the Champions League final. They all count, and as you can see, the United fans are still in here, still doing their bit, still making some noise. Despite the fact this was a routine night and they scored the only goal, a goal they didn't even need really to progress through to the next stage. They are still going to make quite a night of it here in France, and who can blame them? Look, we spoke beforehand about the sort of difficulties of coming into a game at 3-0, and as both the guys said there, that's just a professional job, isn't it, from Manchester United?
It was perfectly done, and I think Jose Mourinho, the manager, set the tone, picking that type of team. Of course, it helps when you get an early goal, and it was a fantastic goal as well. I love that little run from Lily Blinn, takes his marker away, and then he just feeds it into that near post area. Brilliant run from Mkhitaryan. As I say, it's I think the studded finish is an excellent one around the 6-yard box, because you're not looking for power, you're looking for guidance.
And you are aiming to get just your studs onto the ball there. You're not trying to
hit it. A lot of the time you just hit it into the ground with your studs, and that's all you need from close range. A lot of the time, a lot of people try to just blast it in. Well, you don't need power in that situation. Just get it on target and it's a goal.
I'm not sure what would have made Jose happier with this, the performance of Manchester United, or just how poor and impotent and flaccid St Etienne were. I mean, they were arguably better at Old Trafford.
Yeah, they were a lot better at Old Trafford, and I think that's why he picked a strong team, because he was a little bit worried about that. You know, they showed a great attitude at Old Trafford. They created chances, and they never really managed to get going tonight. I thought United were very good at possession. Didn't have to defend that well, really, and created chances on the counter-attack as well.
OK, well, the big blow of the night, without doubt, is this injury to Mkhitaryan. As soon as we speak to Jose, we'll get his reaction to this. If you just look right on the edge of the box there, you can see him stopping there, bending down, and then he signals to the manager on the sideline. And it was weird because there almost wasn't a moment. He didn't pull up during a sprint or anything. It was so inconsequential looking.
Well, he would have felt that at some point, Jake, doing a decent effort, let's say. And then Scholes, he referred to in the first half, then he went on a run down on the left-hand side. Quite a decent sprint as well, wasn't it? And he turned around straight away and said, "That's me now." So that's a blow, because, you know, there's definitely... You don't pull up like that without some disruption in the muscle. So
but he didn't sprint and then... Could it be that he just felt a twinge and he just said, you know what, it's a little twinge, cup final.
Put it this way, when we saw him on the edge of the box there just feeling it, he was stretching, he had felt it before that. You can't just feel your hamstring just jogging around slowly. It would have been a decent effort, a sprint or something when he first felt it. And then he's tried for an extra couple of minutes, kept feeling it, kept stretching, and then realised it's not going to go away. So you'd think it's going to keep him out for a matter of weeks.
Look, it's an inconvenience to Jose Mourinho, but probably not too much more than that. In his position, he's got players that can step in and deliver in the cup final on Sunday.
Yeah, sure. I think that's the strength about what he's got now is the size of his squad and the quality of his squad. He's still got Martial on the bench, he's got Herrera to come back in, Antonio Valencia to come back in. There's still real options there. Obviously you'd like to have Mkhitaryan because he's been in such great form the last few weeks. It will be a little bit of a blow, but there's still players to come in that position.
OK, now we have not only Des down there as our pitchside reporter, he has producers and other people with him, and one of the guys, as Michael Carrick came off, distinctly saw Michael point down his calf and speak about the fact that he had pain in his right calf, which is another potential issue for Manchester United. And we found these pictures here. You were keen to point out that he always wears a strapping around his calves, right?
Yeah, that's always something Michael's done. I think he has had calf problems before, and that's probably why he wears them, but it's not seemed to stop that tonight. We hope again that it's not too serious. He walks off quite normally. It doesn't look like he's pulled up suddenly somewhere, maybe just a little bit of cramp or something.
Because he's arguably a bigger loss in the cup final, isn't he?
They've probably got less players to fill in that void, haven't they? Or less quality, maybe. So yeah, that's a blow for Manchester United. He's so reassuring, isn't he, in the middle of the park there. And when you look at Manchester United as a team, the size of them down the spine, the two centre halves, and then the three in midfield there today: Pogba, Carrick, and Fellaini. And then you've got Ibrahimovic up front. It's the land of the giants right down the spine. It's a formidable team.
And they showed tonight how dominant they can be. One man who does have plenty of presence on the pitch and they will miss in the next round, in the first game at least, is Eric Bailly. So the situation is, he'd already had a yellow ruling him out of the next game. He now picked up a red for these two tackles, which means he still misses the next game and he remains a yellow away from another ban. I mean, I think you can argue that was probably a yellow card. The second one looked harsh.
Yeah, the second one's harsh, yeah. The first one, like you say, is definitely a yellow card. Well, he doesn't need to do this, really. It's stupid of him. He's taking a risk there when you don't really need to. And plus, you have to think about the referee, You have to play the game situation as well. Man United have 4-0 up. There's not been a bad tackle in 2 games, so just a simple warning, I think, would have been enough there.
Jose not happy, but he's the only player out there, out of the 22, facing a ban if he gets even a booking. Surely you have that in your mind a little, no?
I think so. I mean, I think, the referee might need to understand the game a little bit better, because I didn't think that the second challenge was a second yellow card and subsequently a red, but I'd blame the defender, I'd blame Bailly for giving him that option of sending him off. He made he made 2 challenges in the first half, and then he made one on the edge of the box that give, say, Etienne a free kick in the second half. That was his third, and I thought maybe he'd get a yellow card for that third tackle, but then it was the fourth one, which was a certainty of a yellow card. And then, as I say, he's just given the referee an excuse, and why would you even offer the referee a chance to do that?
Indeed. Wherever Manchester United go, they take an entourage. We saw Bobby Charlton standing out on the middle of the field earlier on, talking to the 2 Pogba brothers, and there is Sir Alex as well, standing there with David Gill, just a few yards away from us, actually. He's popped down just outside the tunnel, seeing what's going on here, and a little wave as well for Paul. So there you go, Sir Alex is here, Bobby's here as well, but of course he's the former manager. Let's hear from the current one. These are the post-match thoughts of Jose Mourinho.
Jose, you wanted a focus, you wanted a solid start. Did you get the performance? Did they deliver tonight?
Yeah, I think so. Everything under control, solid, focus, professional. Obviously the first goal kills every hope, but we still like to win. I told the players, if somebody gives me a 2-0 victory, I wouldn't accept. We want always to try the best possible result, so I think it's always good to win.
Did you pick that side just to make sure that nobody got ahead of themselves and started thinking about Wembley this weekend?
I need to give the right message to the players, and the right message is to play with a strong team, and to have a bench also full of good options. We knew that could be difficult. The first goal for us or for them would be a massive difference, and it was important to play at least solid. We didn't play phenomenal, but we had complete control of the game and our destiny.
Did you pay a price for that, though? Is Mkhitaryan's injury serious, or Carrick's as well? It looked like he limped off too.
Yeah, but you can be injured leaving your house. You can be injured in the garden. You never know when and why. It's the result of so many matches, accumulation of matches, and you have always the risk of it. But at the same time, when somebody is missing, is an opportunity for another one. Obviously, they are important players for us, and not to have them both for the final is complicated. But I think Marwan and Bastian, two players that normally are not playing so much, they did a good answer. And as I was saying, one is not playing is an opportunity for another.
So just to confirm, they're definitely both ruled out of the final as things stand?
I don't say that. I just say what I feel, you know, with 3 days, an hamstring and the calf, even if it's a minor injury, I always think that 3 days, no time.
One decision, of course, is the sending off of Eric Bailly, 2 yellows. The second one certainly looked harsh on the replay. You had a close-up view. What did you think?
I think so too. But that boy with good qualities and a good player is Muma. He enjoyed too much. He enjoyed too much the diving and the simulation. So he gets these situations. But you know, again, Eric is not in legal conditions to play the first match of the next round. But again, Rojo came in and did well, and hopefully Jones is back soon. So one miss, an opportunity for another.
Congratulations, good luck at the draw.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
Well, doing his best to tell us that he's happy this evening. Didn't look happy at times during the game, you have to say, Jose Mourinho this evening, and clearly not wanting to take responsibility either for the injury situation. You probably injured yourself leaving the house, didn't you?
Maybe not looking at me, Jake. No, I was surprised he didn't bring another body off later on in the game. I thought once the game was finished he might bring a couple up, obviously with the sending off, then he was forced to make a change to bring another centre-half on, but I was a bit surprised by that. But, you know, he's got such a big squad, then I'm sure he's not going to be overly concerned. Yeah,
he'll be happy that Zlatan Ibrahimovic came through it unscathed. Amazingly, Zlatan's 37th appearance of the season, more than any other Premier League player. And you believe, as we all do, that he will feature in the League Cup final this weekend. You've sort of put together your 1-11, and it did have Carrick in there, but you think more than likely Fellaini comes in for Carrick now, if that has to happen?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I think the manager likes a physical presence in there from set pieces as well. And you know, Fellaini was all right tonight. He broke up play quite well. So I think for that reason he'll come in. Hopefully Michael will be fit. Valencia will come in for Ashley, I think, and Marshall on the left-hand side. Obviously the keeper comes back into it, and that's a strong team. It's not been too taxing tonight. It's quite a little bit of a stroll in the park, really. I don't think it took too much out of the legs, and ideal, really, for preparation for Sunday.
I think it's important to add that's what we think he'll do. Whether we'd do the same is a different matter.
Why would you not?
Well, I would personally not play Fellaini, and I'd bring Rashford and Martial in, so I'd put Mata in behind Ibrahimovic, and then you just go Herrera and Pogba as central midfield players, a little bit more attacking, but I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah, I think so. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your company this evening. Let's hope they party as well as they cheer here, because we're off out into the town here in St Etienne now, apart from Paul, who's got an early flight in the morning. Party with us if you like. Right, Porto against Juve follows us right here on BT Sport 3. Matt Smith is standing by for that. And you could perhaps argue that on Sunday it's the least important of the 3 trophies that Manchester United are in line for this season. However, if they win it, they equal Liverpool's record of 44 major trophies. And trust me, when it comes to Liverpool, that's anything but unimportant. Thanks for joining us. United go through the perfect professional display. Champions League follows next. Stay where you are. Good night.